Hello and welcome to this episode of Queuing It Up. Today we have a special guest with us and his name is Toby Prince. Toby Prince was born and raised in Davidson County and has been active as a community leader for many years. He served on the Uptown Lexington Board of Directors for 12 years, including 2 terms as board chair. He currently serves on the DC Connect Advisory Committee and is vice chair of the Goodwill Business Advisory Council. Since March 2017, Toby has served as the executive director of the Lexington Housing Community Development Corporation, which rebranded in 2021 as Solutions of Davidson County, to more accurately reflect its inclusive county-wide mission. Toby is a HUD-certified housing counselor. In addition to his nonprofit work, Toby owns All About Education, which operated on West 2nd Avenue in Lexington for 13 years and has continued from his home for the past 8 years. Toby and his wife Cindy, an educator with 28 years of experience, 23 of those with Davidson County Schools, celebrated 23 years of marriage in April. They have 2 daughters, Kaylin, 21, a nursing student at UNC Charlotte, and Taylor, 15, a rising sophomore at West Davidson High School. In his spare time, Toby enjoys wood carving. Hello, Toby, and welcome to Queuing It Up.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So, Home Solutions of Davidson County is a partner of the city. And so you help us carry out some of our mission, and talk to us a little bit about those things.
Yes, so as far as what I know, the city was actually instrumental in the organization coming to fruition based on a study that had been done back in '95, is my understanding. And so we've been a city partner since then. But Home Solutions offers programs and services geared towards home ownership and home retention, with our urgent repair program, where we're able to do free home repairs or accessibility modifications for your elderly, veteran, disabled, single parent households, and then large households of 5 or more. We do lots of budget and credit counseling, trying to help people build their credit and get them ready for home ownership. We do tons of workshops in the community, partnering with other agencies, and then we also offer a $50,000 down payment assistance program.
Sure thing. Now, the down payment assistance program can really help somebody out who's trying to get into owning a house. So talk to me a little bit about how that works.
So one of the things that we struggle with the most, because we do build houses, and you know the buzzwords nowadays are affordable housing and development of affordable housing, and that's really difficult. So our down payment assistance program really helps to create an affordable mortgage. Just when housing prices right now are not what we would consider affordable. So the way the program works is they have to have at least a 640 credit score. The home has to pass inspections. And that's really just making sure that all of your major systems are operating as intended. The roof, the plumbing, the electrical, the HVAC, the hot water heater, the foundation has to be good, because this is a partnership through North Carolina Housing Finance Agency, and North Carolina Housing Finance Agency doesn't want to give $50,000 of down payment assistance and someone move in and then have to put in a new HVAC system in their house. They don't want to set them up for failure. So there are restrictions on that, but otherwise, if they fall in the 80% median income, they've got that at least 640 credit score, and the house passes an inspection, then they could qualify for that program.
Sounds like an excellent opportunity.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
For those that may need assistance. Now, you mentioned the HUD counseling.
Yes, sir.
And that, give me a little bit more about the details of that program.
So Home Solutions is the only HUD certified housing counseling agency in Davidson County. I am HUD certified, and then Phyllis Walker, who is our housing counselor, she is also HUD certified. And so we are able to provide lots of different counseling, whether that's foreclosure prevention, whether it's rental counseling, credit and budget counseling, just trying to help, with building that credit score, making sure they're able to sustain homeownership. But there's lots of different counseling sessions that we offer, including homebuyer education. And we provide a lot of homebuyer education because anyone receiving that down payment assistance program or anyone going through the Habitat programs to receive a home, they are required to have that homebuyer education. So we're providing homebuyer education to all of our local habitats, the one here in Lexington, the one in Thomasville, Davie County, Rowan County, Iredell County, Stanley County. So we're the partner providing that homebuyer education because that is a requirement for their programs.
Okay. Now, I know back in June, the mayor gave you a proclamation regarding National Home Ownership Month.
Yes, sir.
And can you talk a little bit about how?
Yes, so every year in June, June is homeownership month, and so we try to host some type of an event to bring people together. I always like to try to provide food. Food draws people. Yeah. So we had our homeownership celebration back in June, and we're looking to do that again this coming June. And that way, just to create an awareness of the programs and services that are available, because I know a lot of our residents here in the county feel like homeownership's out of reach. And so we want them to know that there are all these services and programs available to help you to be able to do that so they're not alone in that process.
Outstanding. Also, I know that construction projects take place sometime. Can you talk a little bit about some maybe you've done recently and maybe what you got in mind maybe for the future? Yes,
so we do build houses. We have a house that's currently for sale on East 3rd Avenue Extension over beside the park. It's 319 East 3rd Avenue Extension, and so it's for sale right now. It has almost 2 acres of land, which is a pretty large lot for city limits. But we do try to do scattered site infill most of the time. The houses we build are typically on properties that have been donated to us, and so we've got a few properties that we own, and actually I was excited to have a conversation with the city, with Tammy Absher and Rebecca last week, and we're looking into the possibility of a CDBG grant to help with the development idea that we have in partnership with Habitat for Humanity. And so we've, to my knowledge, we have developed 57 houses in Lexington.
That's impressive. 57 houses.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is there anything else that you would want to share with us that maybe the average person may not be aware of regarding the services that you provide?
Yeah, I think just getting the word out there about the urgent repair program. When you talk about our elderly and disabled, our veteran population, and I think one group that we underemphasize is the single parent households and then large households of 5 or more. If they fall within that income range and they own their home or have documentation of lifetime rights, we can potentially help them with free home repairs. And I mean, that is roof replacements, roof repair or replacements, so we're not talking about we're just going to come out and patch the roof. We would be able to come out and install a brand new roof if that's what is required. HVAC systems. We get lots of calls, especially now, the temperature's changing. And so, people are going to start bumping that heat on, and we're going to start seeing that there are a lot of people with HVAC issues. I do also want to put a plug in just for people who are out there and are calling HVAC companies or any company to come to their homes for maintenance. We got a call last week. A local resident was needing help with their HVAC system. And we sent our contractor, and we don't employ any contractors. We actually hire local contractors. They do have to have workers' comp and they have to have general liability per state guidelines. But we are able to hire these people to come and do the repairs for us. Anyways, we sent an HVAC technician out to a home of one of our clients, and we found out that a previous HVAC company that had been to their home had unscrewed the fuse. It was an older home, so it had the screw-in fuses. And so with that, he was able to just replace the fuse and get their system working. That is the third one this year that we've had. Earlier in the year, back in the cold of winter, we had received a call. An elderly lady had gone to the bank. Luckily, the banker she was talking with was trying to help her. She was applying for a loan to buy a new HVAC system. And I got a call from the banker. He was a former board member of ours. And what we found out, she was trying to buy a whole new HVAC system, and had she qualified for a loan, she would have purchased that unit. Our technician went out and again found out that someone had disconnected the power to her HVAC unit. So we just paid a service call, and with that, he checked Freon, he checked all of the other details and of the unit to make sure that it was fine, and it was. Like, we just paid a service fee for him to go out and check that unit out. But that's, like I said, that's 3 this year that have been told they needed new HVAC systems, and they would have potentially been scammed. So our message to the public is that if you're told that you need a major roof repair or a major HVAC system change or any of those kind of things, get a second opinion, just like you would with going to a doctor and getting some bad medical news. You want to get a second opinion on those things, and that's what we would suggest too.
Well, we're thankful that you were there to offer some insight and some, evaluation of some of those comments that folks receive out here. And we're grateful for that. And we're also grateful for all of the things that you do to try to help us to carry out the mission that we're trying to accomplish as far as improving the quality of life here in the city of Lexington. So thank you so much for being a partner with us. Thank you for taking your precious time to be here. And as things progress and as things change, I'll be calling you back so that we can get together again and talk about all of the progress and the great things that are taking place here.
Absolutely.
In our wonderful city. So thank you, Mr. Prince, for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And look forward to speaking with you soon about the next exciting thing. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Queuing It Up. If you got some value by listening to this episode, please subscribe and leave a review on the platform you're listening to this episode on. You can also follow us on social media at City of Lexington for updates on future episodes. For more information on the City of Lexington, please visit www.lexingtonnc.gov. We'll see you on the next episode.